Hacohen, Ben Angela, and Baruch Meirov. Ruach Hashem, Tenichenu Began Eden. Today is already 4 years how young, beautiful neshama was returned to Hashem, Eliezer Hacohen, Ben Angela, and Baruch Meirov. But I will get a sin if I say he died. When person does avodat Hashem during his life and returns his neshama while keeping Torah, mitzvot, Shabbat, kashrut, he never dies. He just stops to keep mitzvot, but he never dies. Today, before I would like to say thank you to everyone for organizing this shiur, I would like to ask you a favor, that each one of us will leave from here saying, I will make brachot little bit loud for neshama of Eliezer Hacohen Ben Angela. I will make a risk to go out again with the same boy, with different boy, with the same girl, with different girl, just for neshama of Eliezer Hacohen Ben Angela. And Be'ezrat Hashem, with this shiur, Hashem should open all the mazal of young guys, young girls. You have no idea how much I'm grateful to see you all here today. And I would like to start shiur. Before, I want to say special thank you to Mara Datra. He's not here today. Our dear, our lovely Rabbi Asher Vaknin, that we really respect him, we love him, and he is a true tzaddik. He sees you, he doesn't care who you are. He never judges you. He just loves you because it says in the Torah, "Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha." I wish I learned this midah from him. I should love like this everyone, the way he gives respect and love and dignity to every person. I would like to say thank you to Mr. Angela, to Mr. Baruch Hacohen and Ms. Angela for asking their children to organize this shiur. Of course, Daniel, Esther, Yosef, Shifra, Leah, Sharona. Rabbi Daniel, past year, texting me, Rabbi, we have a shiur, can you make it? I'm sorry, I'm busy this day. I'm sorry, I'm not in New York this day. Today, Hashem wanted that I should be here to share some words of Torah, words of inspiration, growth in Torah. Not to be scared to speak when it's needed, to be quiet when it's needed, to support when it's needed, to fight for someone when it's needed. And Be'ezrat Hashem, with this, we should be inspired to grow in Torah, mitzvot, u'masim tovim, v'chein yirah zom, v'nomar amen. Special thank you to Dr. Albert Ilyaev, Mr. Shlomo Matatov, my niece who really works hard to bring everyone together, Milana. Thank you, all of you. And thank you all those who works behind the scene. You do a lot. Really, thank you. And again, thank you again for coming here to learning Torah Hashem Yitbarach. I would like to start with a joke, because listen, you can't learn Torah unless you come. Divrei Chachamim nishmaim bashvachim. But if you're not going to understand my joke because you're not married, it's also fine. Chatan and Kala get married. After 1-2 days of Sheva Brachot, or that night of Sheva Brachot, Chatan sees tzara'at. He sees leprosy. He comes to a Kohen and says, Kohen, please tell me, what is this? Tahor, Tameh, what's the law? The law is, Kohen tells him, brother, go home. You just got married. Spend Sheva Brachot with your wife 7 days. After 7 days, come, they will speak. So Rabbi is asking a question, 1 second. Don't you know when person enters chuppah, it's like Yom Kippur for him? Hashem forgives all his sins. If so, how can Chatan get leprosy? You know the joke is? Because that night already he spoke about his mother-in-law. Okay. Comes Kli Yakar. Kli Yakar on last week's parsha, Tazriya Metzorah. In Parashat Metzorah, Kli Yakar is asking a question. Why? Torah mentions 3 places where person can get tzaraat, leprosy. Where can person get tzaraat? On the walls of his house. If he doesn't learn his lesson, continues talking, speaking Lashon Hara, then he sees on his garments. But what if it continues? Then he goes into his skin. Comes Kli Yakar and asks a beautiful question. Why Torah has to mention these 3 parts? Wall of your house, your garments, and your skin. Dear brothers and sisters, listen carefully. In life, every person has secret. If someone shares his secret with you, it means out of 8 billion people in the world, he chose you to share his secret. And he comes to you and tells you, listen, I have a secret, I tell you, but don't tell anybody. Could be he sinned tremendously. Could be he made a terrible mistake. Could be he did something wrong that he's embarrassed from, but he shared it with you. And he didn't share with anybody else. He opened his heart to you. What if, chas v'shalom, you go and you sell him out? You reveal his secret. What happens to him? You reveal this secret. If this is something has to do with his house, he cannot come out of this house anymore. He's going to be stuck in his house. If it has to do something with his outside and his body, let's say it's leprosy, let's say it's sickness, let's say it's some birthmark that he's embarrassed from, and he tells you this, and you reveal it, all his life he's walking embarrassed to make sure he has double layer clothing on that part that nobody sees it. Why? Because you reveal this secret. But what if chas v'shalom it said it's in his stomach, internal sickness. He tells you something that nobody knows about, only you know. And you go and you tell your friends, you know, he has this issue. And you reveal the secret. This man is stuck. He cannot go outside anymore. Why? Because he's embarrassed. He says, people look at me, they first look at me on the part where I am sick. Comes Kli Yakar and says, you know why leprosy comes on the wall, on the garment, and on the skin? Because this is the 3 hiding places that person hides. If person has internal sickness, he's hiding behind his skin. If he has outside sickness, out of his body, he's hiding behind his clothing. But if it's in his house, he's hiding behind his walls. When you reveal his secrets, he can't hide there anymore. Hashem says, you broke his fence. His wall is there, but it's not there. His garment there, it's not there. His skin is there, it's not there. So therefore, what person gets midah, keneged midah? Measure for measure. What's the measure for measure? Person gets leprosy on the wall because he revealed this somebody else's secret. Then he gets in his body, in his garments, and then it goes into his skin. So what do we learn from here? We learn from here a very important point, that don't reveal a secret. No, but I want to say because we were friends with him, I was friends with her, and I have to say so people should know. Nobody needs to know anything. Someone told you a certain time is secret, be loyal. In Bukhari, we have such a beautiful statement. I never saw any book talks about it. It says, mountain and mountain will never meet each other. But people and people, they do meet each other. Sometimes you see people, they hug each other. Hey, what happened? I was in the army 40 years ago with this man, and then he disappeared. I disappeared. I thought I'm never going to see him again. And suddenly I'm seeing him, and now our kids going out, and we're becoming in-laws. What if that time I would say something bad about him? Our kids wouldn't be able to get married. So this is what we need to know, that sometimes people do meet again. Do not reveal someone's secret. When person reveals secrets or speaks about someone, speaks lashon hara, this has nothing to do with his lips. It has to do with his midot. How do I explain midot in English? Who knows what midot means? Character traits? I'm sorry. Midot, that doesn't mean that. What means midot? Oh, what? Thank you. Midot means measurements. Measurements. I don't belong in kitchen, not because I don't know how to cook. I really don't know how to cook. But if I stay in the kitchen, no one will be able to eat my food. Why? I will put too much salt or too much sugar. You won't be able to eat it. Or I will not put salt at all. Why? Because I don't know measurements. If I put too much salt, you cannot eat my food. They could be looking delicious, but you cannot eat it. Why? Because I put too much salt. Person does not know his measurements. We say he has problem in his midot. Midot are measurements. When person knows what to say, knows what to be quiet, knows how to stand up, knows how to not to stand up. That midot, how you control, how you work with it, this is makes you into person Baal midot. Baal midot person knows his measurements. When husband acts like a husband, wife acts like a wife, friend as a friend, son as a son, daughter as a daughter, mother as a mother, father as a father. That is Baal midot. Person knows their midot, everyone is happy around them. Why? Because they know their midot, they know their measurements. Now I would like to start with you our beautiful shiur. Why am I saying beautiful? Not because I want to say good, no. Because I don't like to talk about something that I'm perfect on. So today I'm talking to you about something that I need to work on myself as well. Everyone has Baruch Hashem, mouth, tongue, lips, we speak. Sometimes we just speak and then start thinking, oh, what did I say? Because sometimes we speak and then start thinking. Today we'll learn something very beautiful. When I was a kid, my father said to me a statement, I did not like it. It was funny. My father said, think why all your body parts are standing and your tongue is laying. What? I don't know. My hands standing, my legs standing, my head standing, my ears standing. My tongue is not standing, it's laying down. Why has to be that way? Comes Gemara Erachin, Tetvav Amud Bet, 15b. Gemara says, from the name of Rabbi Yochanan, who quoted Rabbi Yossi ben Zimra. Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Amar Rabbi Yossi ben Zimra. Ma yiten lecha u'ma yosif lach lashon remiyah. Hashem is asking from the tongue. Your tongue, what are you gaining out of tricky words? What are you gaining? What are you enjoying from saying tricky things? Sometimes people speak tricky. You can't understand him. Is yes means no, no means yes. So what is he saying? Can I make business with you? Think about it. You asking advice from a person, he gives you tricky advice. You follow the advice, you fall down. So why he gives you tricky advice? What did you gain? Did you enjoy a sugar candy? Was that sweet? No. So what did you gain? So Hashem is asking from the tongue, what are you gaining out of this? Nothing. Then Gemara is saying, Hashem is asking from the tongue, all the body parts I created standing, you laying down. For you to think twice before you speak. Listen, I'm about to go out with this girl. What do you think? Is this lashon hara? I didn't say nothing. I just moved my nose. That is lashon hara. What if they would be married and they would have 10 children? You just killed 10 children. What if they would have grandchildren? You just killed their grandchildren. What about this guy? Do you know? Oh, no, this family is crazy. What are you talking about? That 30-second lashon hara destroy the world. So Hashem is asking from the tongue, I created everything standing, you laying down. So what did you get out of this? Second question Hashem is asking from the tongue. All the body parts outside, eyes outside, eyelashes outside, eyebrows outside, ears outside, nose outside, tongue has two bodyguards. One from flesh and one from bones, teeth. Hashem says, I made you two bodyguards to watch you and protect you. Don't just come out of it. Don't just say something. Think before you speak. Comes Rabbi Yochanan. Says, you know what? I have one more statement I want to tell you. Okay, Gemara Elachim, page 15b. Rabbi Yochanan say another statement. He says, I cannot say without my rabbi's name. Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Amar Rabbi Yossi ben Zimra. Again, Rabbi Yochanan says from Rabbi Yossi ben Zimra, Kol ha-mesaper lashon hara ki'ilu kafar be'ikar. If I speak lashon hara, as if I say, there is no God. Why? Why speaking lashon hara is such a big sin? Asher amru, they said, Lishonenu nagbir, let us make our tongue strong. Sefatenu itanu, our lips are with us. Mi adon lanu, if so, who is master over us? We have our lips. We can speak something and break things. We are above everything. Chas v'shalom to say we are above God. When a person speaks lashon hara, he thinks he's above God. Then Gemara continues. Kol ha-mesaper lashon hara negaim ba'im alav. Person who speaks lashon hara, he gets leprosy. Stop. When I eat not kosher food, I put something in my mouth. When I speak lashon hara, something comes out of my mouth. If something comes out of my mouth, why would I get leprosy? A person who hears should be getting leprosy, not a person who speaks. He did. One more time. I didn't put nothing in my mouth to get. A person takes poison. Okay, he gets sick. Why? Because he put something inside his mouth. When you speak something, something comes out of your mouth. It didn't come in. So, why would a person get leprosy? Listen to what our rabbis say. And never make this mistake in your life. I don't think anyone sitting here, I'll repeat second time. I don't think anyone sitting here was so much embarrassed in public the way I was. So much embarrassed in public the way I was. There was nobody sitting here like this. And you know what stopped me? I went out and I would say to myself, Yosef, it's just a test. But you know who's your father? You know who's your mother? You know who was your grandfather? You know who's your grandfather? Great-grandfather? You know who Hashem is? Hashem put you here, you pass through this. It's nothing. Don't worry, try again. Once I got up to speak in public, I lost my sheet. I'm quoting Psukim, I forgot the source. I went out, 30 minutes later, after everything was over, I came back, I see my sheet is on the floor. And I couldn't see it. Test after test. What made me continue? Never in your life talk low about yourself. Think low about yourself. Do you know your whole 20 generations, great grandparents, they sacrificed themselves in Russia or anywhere in the world just for you to be successful, and they're waiting for you to open your door, and don't be scared. You are Kodesh Kodashim, holy of holiest. At this generation, when you have Olam Hazeh and Olam Haba, Gan Eden and Genam in your pocket, and you come to Shul to listen to Shiur, you're not less than any Kohen Gadol in the Beit HaMikdash. When you open your Siddur, that's not less than any Korban you bring in your life. We are so holy, we don't appreciate our holiness. Anything small happens, we pay attention to that. We break ourselves and we don't grow, that's wrong. You say whatever, it's a big deal. Hashem wants from me more. I just say one pasuk Tehillim as if I brought 1,000 korbanot. I'm going to pay attention to this. That someone said something foolish about me, to me, for me. No, I will not pay attention and I will move on in life. Look what our Chachamim say. Our Chachamim say, after Beit HaMikdash is destroyed, even during Beit HaMikdash, each person is very holy. Hashem puts his neshama, Elokam imau. Hashem puts his neshama in you. You are a very holy person. You have neshama in you. You are holy. You bless anyone it works. You bless for anybody. You pray for anybody. It works right away. So what happens? Once person starts speaking positive stuff, Kedusha comes into his body and makes his body holy. But chas v'shalom, when a person starts speaking lashon hara or anything negative in life, right away, you're right, you don't put candy in your mouth, you're right, but tum'ah comes into your body. That tum'ah, that is the neshama of who? Who can tell me? Who can tell me that's neshama of who? Huh? Sitra Achara, thank you. I read today first time. That also could be true. But I saw something different and I got scared. Anytime person speaks something negative to someone, about someone, the neshama of the snake, the first snake, comes and enters his mouth and gets stuck in his body part, and this is why the white spot comes out. Why white spot? Because this is the leprosy, how skin of that snake looks like. But why snake? Because I just became partners with the snake. The first time in the world, the very first time in the world, says Rabbeinu Bechaya. By the way, whoever learns Rabbeinu Bechaya, married, he's going to have baby boys, Be'ezrat Hashem. That's from Gemara, Parashat Metzorah. Rabbeinu Bechaya says, anytime someone speaks Lashon Hara, the neshama of the snake goes into him and he gets leprosy. Why snake? Because snake was the first one who spoke Lashon Hara about Hashem. And when he speaks about someone bad, he's saying Lashon Hara about somebody's neshama that is part of Hashem, and he becomes partners with the snake. Therefore, neshama of the snake comes into him. There was a rabbi, he gave a shiur. He's giving a shiur, on the first row, sitting one wealthy man. And this wealthy man making fun of rabbi. Putting him down. Rabbi doesn't understand what's going on. He gets embarrassed, but doesn't look at him, tries to ignore him. So continues shiur. He says to his friend, look. Look what he's saying. Rabbi got really embarrassed. But he continued. He was able to finish the shiur. He finished the shiur. Now he's sitting on a train to go to his house. And he gets a phone call. Hey, Rabbi, how are you? He said, Shalom Aleichem. Who is this? It's me, doctor. During your shiur, I was sitting in the front row. He said, yeah. What happened? Tell me. I said something wrong about you? That you got upset? You start making fun of me? You start putting me down? What happened there? He said, Rabbi, tell me, are you a real rabbi or are you a fake rabbi? So what happened? I can afford, he says, to buy a watch for $120,000. If you're talking to people not to be materialistic, how you have a watch for $120,000? If you're a real rabbi. He said, tell me, 45 minutes, the whole shiur you were talking to your friend about this. He says, yeah, it bothered me. I couldn't concentrate your shiur. You're a liar. Why would I learn Torah from you? He said, do you know the true story? He said, no, I don't. He said, they told me there's going to be 3 speakers. First rabbi, then me, and the third rabbi. And they gave me 40 minutes to speak. So I didn't have my watch with me. So I came to a certain rich man. I said, listen, can you do me a favor? Can you let me borrow your watch for 40 minutes? So I know when the shiur should end. And that was not my watch. That was somebody else's watch. 45-minute shiur. You destroyed, you didn't pay attention to something out of it. You didn't gain anything out of it. You were talking about something that's not true. It's not even my watch. I borrowed from someone. Can you imagine our life? Sometimes 40, 50, 60 years, we just live just talking about people. Hashem says, stop. You come to this world to connect with me, to grow with your whole family, with your mishpacha, with Klal Yisrael, or just to talk about people. Then Rabbi asked him a second question. Can I ask you another question? My wife's family had Yerusha, inheritance, and they gave me this as a present. What's wrong with that? Oh, Chas v'Shalom, my father passed away, gave me Yerusha, inheritance, and I bought it. What's wrong with that? But I cannot have it? When a person speaks negative things, or he sees negative in other people, he puts dirt into his neshama. So our job is look in everything where the diamond is hiding. Look in everything good. Look in everyone good. Every person is good in himself. Every person is good acts in himself. When you find good and you're able to find that good, you make somebody successful. One time, about 21 years ago, I came to shiur of Rabbi Yoel Kramer. Those who are teachers, they know. He's one of the best teachers. He said, if your student does not know how to write, see how he reads. He doesn't know how to read either, see how he plays basketball. Why? Your job to find something good about him and just keep pressing on it. When you something good, when you see something good in someone and you just keep pressing it, you will open him up. And that will open you up. You know, in life, sometimes people, when they suffer with something, they want to make other people successful. They say, you know what? I'll give shiur about Lashon Hara, and Mamela, I'll learn now to speak Lashon Hara myself. What is the kapara for someone who gets leprosy these days? He has to sit and learn Torah. Hashem says, you spoke negative things, now you speak holy words and you will cure. So one guy came home, opened Gemara, began learning Gemara. His 4-year-old son, making mess, balagan, running around, throwing things. He says, I cannot learn Gemara like this. So what he did, he opened newspaper. It was in Israel, and he sees, globe, picture of a globe. He took picture of a globe and said, you know what, let me do something. He took and made it into small 10 pieces, ripped it, and he gave it to his son. You know what, this is your puzzle, put it together. He said, now for 45 minutes, he's busy, and now they're able to learn. After 5 minutes, his son said, Abba, puzzle is over. He said, how did you do that? I wouldn't be able to do it myself. How did you do that? I said, Abba, I'll tell you the truth. Behind this globe, there was a picture of a man. So I was looking at the picture of the man and I was connecting the dots. And I was able to do it. What's the lesson behind it? Sometimes person thinks, you know what? Let me fix the globe. Let me fix the world. Hashem says, no. Behind that, there's a picture of a man. Or a picture of a woman, doesn't matter. There's you. If you fix yourself, Mamela, the world will be fixed. So what we learn from here? We learn from here a big lesson. Every person's mazal in his hands. Every person's mazal in his hands. What is hard for you to do? Each person knows. Yodei tzadik nefesh behemto. Each person knows his neshama. You know exactly what's hard for you. Sometimes people, they are in chesed number 1 when it comes to Shabbat. They have to fight to keep Shabbat. Sometimes people, they're good in Shabbat. When it comes to kashrut, they have to fight to keep kashrut. Sometimes they're all good, but when it comes to tarat mishpacha, they have struggle tarat mishpacha. Sometimes in derech, sometimes they do everything good. When it comes to respecting parents, they just speak however it wants. However it comes out. It's my father, big deal, my father. You will understand me. I'm his son or I'm his daughter. Person knows what he is lacking in. Before you will leave this room tonight, go to the side and say, Hashem, I know my tiny mistake. I know a tiny thing that bothers me. And I know my business is not going through because of this issue. My shalom bayit is not going through because of this. My shidduch is not going through because of this. I will not guarantee you, Hashem, that I'll do it 100% fixed. No. But I will put my first step today, to put one big step to start to work on myself. And please, Hashem, you help me to continue. You help me to open up so I should be able to open my mazal and move on with it. I would like to share a story with you to explain to you what means to complain in life. Sometimes things doesn't go a person's way and he gets to complain. There was a couple. They had one son. He was deaf and mute at the same time. Mother couldn't take it anymore. He was a 6-month-old baby. She picked up the baby, came to Chafetz Chaim on his last year of his life. She came to Chafetz Chaim. He was barely breathing on the bed. She said, Rabbi, I cannot take it anymore. He's yours. Do whatever you want. You raise him. We can't take it anymore. We cannot speak to him. He cannot listen to us. We can't. We give up. There was a student in front of Chafetz Chaim. He said, guys, don't scream. Rabbi is not feeling well. We don't want him to pass away right now. Please calm down. Chafetz Chaim heard everything. He said, closed his eyes and dozed off for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, he asked the student to pick him up, sitting on his bed, and he said, listen carefully. 45 years ago, there was a rabbi in this town. His name was Rabbi Shlomo. He passed away. They said, Rabbi Shlomo, you were such a big tzaddik. We want to put you in Gan Eden near Moshe Rabbeinu. But you spoke 3 times Lashon Hara. Please come back to this world and fix yourself. So they sent him back. He was 33 years old, he passed away again. And now they said to him, come back again to fix it. He said, no, don't send me back anymore. I won't be able to fix it. It's very hard for me to keep my mouth. It's very hard not to speak Lashon. It's hard. I'm not a malach. Malach said to him, if it's hard for you to speak, you will come down to this world as a deaf and mute. Chafetz Chaim said to his student, pick me up from my bed. He picked him up. He came up to this 6-month-old baby and said, Rabbi Shlomo, Baruchim Abayim. Thank you for coming to this world to fix your mission. When this lady, she heard that, she picked up her son and said, I did not know he carries somebody's great neshama. She hugged him. She said, this is my baby. I will never in my life complain about him anymore. We are in this world 30, 40, 50, maybe 60 years guests. Hashem runs the world more than 5,000 years. Sometimes we see things weird. Someone acts toward us weirdly. We don't understand. We say, why it happened to me? Hashem says, my son, you're just a guest. You don't know why this person came to this world, and you don't know why you came to this world. But for sure, there's a din, and there's dayan, and everything happens for the best. I would like to ask you a favor. We spoke about speaking about secrets, giving secrets to your friends. There's no halakha book permits your family secret to be given to any of your friends. Any person gets married, it's between husband and wife. The more they keep secret between themselves, the more kedusha and shechina and bracha is there. And there's no ayin hara will hit them never. Once secret goes out, it becomes cheap. The family life becomes cheap, and any tiny ayin hara can break it. Never tell your friends, oh, my husband makes money this way. My wife makes money this way. Oh, my wife went to this class. She finished within 3 classes. She passed right away her test because test was easy and this, that. You're just bringing yourself closer to ayin hara. My husband gives me this kind of attention. My wife gives me this kind of attention. Nobody's business. Keep your family secrets to yourselves. Once you keep your family secrets closed, there is never ayin hara can harm your family. Nothing bad can harm your family. Once you give out the secret, even if you show how successful you are, Hashem doesn't like it. And that's asur. I want to ask you a question. If someone has baby boy Who is this because of? Wife's marriage or husband's marriage? I didn't finish the question, that's why I have machloket here. Look what Chida says. Look what Chida says, guys. Those who have baby boys, now you know who to thank. Look what Chida says. Isha ki tazriya veyalda zachar. Look at the first letters. Ki kaf, tazriya taf, veyalda vav, zachar zayin. Kaf, taf, vav, zayin will be the word zechut. Isha ki tazriya. If your wife has zechut, you will have baby boys. Even though you're coming from very dignity family over there, but when you have baby boy, come up to your wife and say, thank you, because of your zechut, I got baby boys. That I learned from Chida this past Shabbat. It's very important in life to be soft, to be humble, to be calm, to be caring. One day, the famous rabbi who wrote down all the Mishnayot, what was his name? Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi, thank you. Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi was walking in the street. He has his long coat, gadol hador. As he's walking, one rabbi is making shlita to calves. One calf ran away and went between the legs of the rabbi to hide under his coat. Please save me. He looked at the baby cow and he said, Sof Adam lamita, Sof Behema leshchita. The end of every person is to die. The end of every animal is to get shchita. You know, when animal gets proper shchita, it doesn't die from malach hamavet. It dies from the kiss of Hashem, mitat neshika. So he meant for the best for the animal. Hashem said, Rabbi Yehuda, what came out from your mouth? Judgment? Someone asked you for favor. You give him the law of judgment. Where's mercy? Where's your heart? Where's your feeling? Yeah, even for the animal. Where is it? You're Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi, not a regular person. After this day, Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi got stones in his kidneys. He couldn't use bathroom to go even for number one. When he was using bathroom for next 7 years, he would yell in certain lung, he would scream his tongue out until few miles people heard this. Oh, again Rabbi Yehuda is going to the bathroom now. He suffered tremendously. There's two opinions in the Gemara how he suffered. 7 years with his stomach and 7 years toothache. But some say, no. Within 7 years of the stomach ache, he had toothache at the same time. 14 years suffering, he suffered for 7 years. One day, he's in tremendous pain. He just came out from the bathroom, suffered a lot, and he sees his cleaning lady cleaning his porch in raccoon. You know raccoon? It's not a friendly animal, Raccoon had babies. And she takes a broom, she wants to hit the baby of the raccoon. Hey! He said, what are you doing? She said, raccoon, who needs this animal? Foidanes, they don't have any benefit from them. Get rid of them. He said, V'rachamav al kol ma'asav ketiv. Hashem has mercy on all his creations and actions. So therefore, let it live. That minute, because he spoke mercy, he never suffered anymore. His toothache was gone, and his stomach ache was gone. What is this teaching us? Even to the animals, you have to be merciful. Even to the creatures, forget about people, for sure people. But even animals, they suffer. Go, help, support. I'll tell you, I never knew in our community, we have giants who go through shidduchim right now. There was a girl, she went out with a guy. For some reason, it didn't happen. Then she sent him a message. After this message I heard, I literally cried. She says like this, let's call him Abraham. Abraham, listen carefully. We went out. It didn't happen. But you should know you're a great person. Chas v'shalom, in my mind, I would never think negative about you because I was about to get married to you. And you should know, until I hear the day of your chuppah fest, I will pray for you. That you should be able to get married to a good, true Eshet Chayil girl. And if you want, pray for me, but if not, it's okay, I will still pray for you. You know, such a message she sent. This guy played this message right in front of me. I had tears. And I said to myself, this girl has giant neshama, and her parents raised giant neshamot people. How do you know you have soul of great people or simple people? How do you test yourself? You want to test yourself. Say, tomorrow morning I want to test myself. Who am I? I have neshama of great people or simple people? Listen to what it says. Even if you grew up in not religious home, not religious area, but you heard word of Torah and you start following it, you start fighting to make Netilat Yadayim, you start fighting to wear Talit Katan, you start fighting to keep Shabbat, you start fighting to, you should know you have tremendously big neshama. And then you see someone kill certain animal and you feel so bad, you feel pity. You say, hey, can I buy it from you? Just let it leave. Just let it leave. I'm not talking about shlita, it's a killing. Without proper shlita. Say, can I buy it? You just want to save the animal. That shows you have big neshama. I remember a story. Maybe I'll conclude with that story. There was a guy, his uncle lived in New Jersey. I'll give example, but it happened in Russia. So uncle sent him a letter saying, listen, Avraham, come to me. We found a good girl, such an Eshet Chayil. You're going to enjoy. Hey, you're going to have tzaddikim from her. Come. So he goes to the uncle's house. Comes to the uncle's house. And then they see the girl. He sat with her. They broke a sugar. Everything is good. Next day, he woke up next to go to pray Shacharit. And she also woke up early. She had to cook her father food early in the morning. Suddenly, when she was cooking, one of her chickens came and started eating tomatoes. So what happened? He saw. He said, good, no problem. Very good. She's excited. She's getting married soon. He's excited. He's getting married soon. Mincha time. Afternoon. Mincha time came. He sees everybody praying Shemona Esrei. He runs towards the bima, opens the tzedakah box, puts money in his pocket, and tries to run away from the shul. Gabbai catches him, says, hey, Ganav, we can Khatan. Who wants to marry this guy? You crazy? Break the shidduch now. Suddenly they broke the shidduch. They came to the uncle, and he's Talmid Chacham. Say, hey, listen, you have a nephew. Such a behavior. What is this? He says, I'm sorry. I didn't know that he was like this. Please forgive me, please. Anything, we'll pay back for all the sugar, whatever happened. So they paid everything back. Now he's taking his nephew back to his town. He said, listen to me carefully. I know you. You're not Ganav. Why you did that? He said, uncle, I'll tell you, but you promise me you will not reveal this to anybody. He says, okay, I promise you. Tell me what happened. He says, yesterday morning, when I woke up for nets, she was preparing food for her father. Chicken came, started eating a little bit of tomatoes. She took chicken from the neck and started hitting towards the wall. Until chicken died. He said, I don't want to have a wife like this. Akhzari, mother of my kids, like, I don't want that. So I said, listen, if I will break shidduch right now, I'm going to embarrass her. So I'd rather embarrass myself. I'm going to show as if I'm Ganau, as if I want to steal. Let them think I am bad. But I'm not going to hurt her feelings. This is giant neshama. He's ready to get hurt, but he doesn't want to hurt others. Mayor of family. I know them for a long time. I know the father, Molo Eliezer, Elazar. Then Chizki's grandfather, Mr. Moshe. Chizki's father, uncle, David Meirov, Nisa Meirov. They donated synagogue to my synagogue, Sefer Torah. Baruch Meirov, his brother Eddie, Israel Meirov. These people are chesed people. They have giant neshamot. I'm sorry to say, I'm not saying it because I'm saying from pain. Even one of my brothers returned this neshama young to Hashem. But I want to tell you, Hashem takes korbanot from special families. And there's no doubts. Eliezer ben Angela and Baruch Meir was one of those korbanot. Who knows? If he wouldn't pass away 4 years ago, maybe October 7th would be there. Because Hashem took him, it prolonged for 2 more years. We never know. But I'll tell you one thing. Let's take each one of us one mitzvah to ourselves. Number one, never judge anybody. Never speak anything negative about anybody. Why? Because you're holy people. Do not bring impurity into you. And never, never, never think or even talk low about yourself. Each one of you have neshama. Each one of you can do things that second person cannot do in the world. This is why you're here. Hashem created 8 billion people, 8 billion missions here. What you can fix in the world, even I cannot fix that. Why? Because you have only that opportunity that even I cannot do it. So know your value. Know your place. You're that letter in the Torah, that if that letter is not there, Sefer Torah is not kosher. Any letter in the Torah is not there, Sefer Torah is not kosher. You are that letter. Don't let anyone talk bad about you. Don't let anyone put you down. And if someone does speak bad about you, smile. Say, Hashem, I did not know I'm such a chashuva person. Someone talks bad about me, it means I'm something. But I will not pay attention and I'll move on in life. Never stop yourself from moving on. First time in my life, I hope this video doesn't go anywhere. First time in my life, I read Sefer Torah in certain shul in New York. The rabbi of the shul came to me, I'm sorry, not rabbi, whatever. Somebody in the shul came to me and said to me, hey, don't read the Torah anymore. You cannot read the Torah, okay? I was broken. I told you in the beginning of the shiur, how many times in my life I was embarrassed? I don't think anyone was sitting here were embarrassed so much. I went home crying. I didn't say a word to anybody. But I knew my father is a chashuva person. My grandfather is a chashuva. And I would say to myself, Hashem, you give me such a family and I should pay attention to this fool. I will continue. Over 1,600 students for bar mitzvah I taught in my life because I didn't stop. What if I would stop? I would go after 120 to Hashem. Hashem would tell me, for each student of 1,600 students and more you did not teach, you're responsible for them now. And how many students in yeshiva I taught? Some of them sitting here, my best friends. I never pay attention when someone talks negative about me. Because I know one thing. I'm here for a mission. You're a businessman, you need to go and search for diamonds. Who are the diamonds? Klal Israel. You do what Hashem wants from you and you just keep doing. Once you pay attention, it's a problem. You just keep doing what Hashem wants and you'll be successful. One day somebody asked me, Rabbi Lubavitch, he said, Rabbi, even if I will count 3,000 sheep, I will get exhausted. You see, every Friday, 10,000 men, you say, Shabbat Shalom, give them down. You don't get tired. He said, you never get tired counting diamonds. This is who we are. This is how you should be looking at the world. Each one of you, irreplaceable. You cannot be replaced. The family you will build, the Moshe Rabbeinu you will bring into this world. Second person cannot do that. So always know your value. Know why you're here in this world. And always just go on and don't be scared to be risk. To make a risk, don't be scared. You see a good opportunity to go out. You see an opportunity to make a business, open a business. You rather try and it maybe doesn't work, then you never try again. Always go and you will be successful. But anyone tells you in life, I'm sorry, I'm younger than anybody. Anyone tells you, there is a limit of how old boys, how old girls should be to get married. Doesn't know what he's talking about. There's no halakha like this. I'll open Even Ezer and I'll show it to him. He has no clue what he's talking about. On Shabbat, I'll tell you, on Shabbat, we were in Panama. My wife and I, we were in Panama. We had by the table couple who have a lot of kids. Wife is older than a couple. Such a beautiful, sweet couple. More than 40 years they're together. Here. No one checks your passport when you go to the chuppah. Of course it's not normal when Khatan is 75 and Kala is 25. Of course not. That's not what I'm talking about. But 5 years, 7 years, 8 years difference. Don't stop shidduch for the shtuyot. If this is your mazal, it will come back to you. So you rather do this step now. Don't pay attention to anyone. Okay, a girl is 2 years older than a guy. Okay. They get married. They have beautiful families. But there are families. Every big rabbi you know Look back in the history. This video is my enemy, but I'll tell you a secret that you don't know. You know Levi? Do you know his great-grandmother? She was short and she was limping. And her husband was tall and handsome man. They made a deal, and no matter what happened to her, he still married her. All the children were Talmidei Chachamim. And this is how Levi came out in this world. What if he would say, no, I will not marry her. Or she would say, I will not marry this guy. What would come out? What would be right now? So my advice to you, you see in a person one brick that you can build, don't listen to anybody. Go on. Go on. You do your beginning, Hashem does the rest, and you'll be always successful. Why? Because you only depend in Hashem. When you depend in Hashem, Hashem takes you out of anything in life. You have no idea what we had in Colorado 4 months ago. I went there to give shiur, and they went back to airport. There was a tremendous car accident. Night of December 31st. We nearly, chas v'shalom, passed away. My wife had one broken bone. We were all bruised up. We went in the hospital. Everything we suffered. But Hashem said, I know you came here because you care about my kids. You will go back and you'll be successful and you'll be fine and I'll cure you. Hashem cares about anyone and everyone. Don't even think for a second, Hashem already doesn't care about me. He doesn't know I tried. Hashem sees everything you try. In your tears, Hashem has a tear. In your happiness, Hashem has a happiness. Never stop yourself from growth. You need to make a step. Don't worry. Say, Hashem, I will stop being a boss and I will go on and I'll trust you. We'll conclude with last shiur, last point. And I hope you remember all these steps for today. One rabbi, he was giving a lecture. 4 times his daughter was engaged and the engagement broke off. And suddenly in the middle of the lecture, he got up, started dancing. He said, Rabbi, what are you dancing? He said, my wife and my daughter went to my future son-in-law's house, and now I see that they got engaged. Those days, no cell phones, no text messages, no beepers. He said, Rabbi, how do you know you became prophet? Suddenly he said, no. Until now, I was thinking, this is my daughter. I will make sure. I will protect her. She's not going to go out with some guy who's amaret and everything. But before I came to shiur, I said, Hashem, I will stop controlling my daughter. She's your daughter, and I give you my daughter. Here, do whatever you want. But now I feel so relieved. If I'm relieved, means she's already engaged. And that's exactly what happened. When you depend on yourself, nothing will move in life. When you depend on Hashem, this is when you're being successful. Thank you all for coming. Hashem should help us to grow and learn. Be ba'achdut, only talk positive about each other and learn from the mistake that they did. Rabbi Akiva's students. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen, amen.